Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive headfirst into the absolutely dazzling, ultra-exclusive world of Chopard. It's that incredible place where pure artistry, insane craftsmanship, and just jaw-dropping extravagance all come together. So let's just start with a number. A really big one. $25 million. Now, that's not the value of the company or, a whole collection. Nope, that's the price of a single watch. I mean, it's just a staggering figure, right? And it really brings us to the core question of this whole explainer. How on earth can one single timepiece command a price tag that high? Well, the answer is a fascinating story of history, unbelievable rarity, and just breathtaking design. To even begin to understand the price, you first have to understand the name. Chopard isn't just another brand. It's a legacy, one that's been built piece by piece over more than a century and a half. This timeline really maps out their evolution perfectly. So they kick things off way back in 1860, totally focused on making precision watches. Then, bam, 1976 hits and we get this creative explosion with the Happy Diamonds collection, and we'll definitely come back to that. By 1998, they're completely tied in with the glamour of the Cannes Film Festival. And then in 2013, they make this huge pivot to become a leader in ethical luxury. Every single one of these steps adds another layer of prestige, another layer of value to the brand name. So with all that history in mind, let's get to the main event, shall we? We are going to count down some of the most expensive Chopard pieces ever sold, working our way all the way up to that $25 million masterpiece. Okay, so we start our climb here, and you can already see the incredible range. We begin at let's call it a modest $90,000 for a watch just covered in diamonds. We then quickly jump past diamond-encrusted sunglasses, which, by the way, are the most expensive in the world. And by the time we hit number 6, we've already smashed through the $1 million mark with that stunningly modern Super Ice Cube watch. Now moving to number 5, the price jumps up to $1.67 million. So what makes a single wristwatch worth that much? Well, it all comes down to one of Chopard's most famous and most playful innovations. This right here is the ultimate version of that iconic Happy Diamonds collection we mentioned earlier. The absolute genius is in those 5 floating diamonds that just move and dance freely under the sapphire crystal. It's so whimsical and full of life, but then you surround that concept with incredibly rare pink and blue diamonds, and it becomes a multi-million-dollar piece of art. All right, so from watches, we're now moving to a piece of high jewelry that takes us to an estimated $3 million. We're talking about a necklace that isn't just extravagant. It also tells a really powerful story about the brand's core values. This piece really shows off Chopard's absolute obsession with the best materials. The sheer volume of gems is staggering. 191 carats of Colombian emeralds, the most prized in the world, and another 16 carats of diamonds. But the key thing here isn't just the quantity, it's the quality and the guarantee that these spectacular stones were all ethically sourced. Okay, prepare yourself for a massive, massive leap in price as we jump to our number 2 spot. The value? Over $16 million. That is a huge jump. So what could possibly account for? So why that huge leap in price? Well, it comes down to 2 words: blue diamond. A 9-carat vivid blue diamond is one of the absolute rarest gemstones on planet Earth. The value is almost entirely packed into that single, perfect stone. Setting it on a band of white gold that's paved with even more diamonds just elevates it into the stratosphere of fine jewelry. And now, we've arrived. We are at the summit, the piece that started this whole thing, the number 1 most expensive Chopard item ever created. There is it again, $25 million. It was sold way back in the year 2000, and it is still one of the most valuable timepieces ever made. Just let that number sink in for a moment before we break down exactly what you get for that kind of money. So it's officially known as the Chopard 201-carat watch. And yeah, that name tells you a lot. But this is not just a bracelet covered in gems. This is a true watch, a masterpiece of high horology with a super complex mechanical movement inside. It's the perfect fusion of Chopard's 2 worlds, precision watchmaking and over-the-top high jewelry. This is where the value is truly concentrated. Forget a traditional watch face. The center of this piece is this cluster of 3 absolutely enormous heart-shaped diamonds, a 15-carat pink, a 12-carat blue, and an 11-carat white. You have to understand each one of those stones is like a national treasure on its own. So putting them all together on a bracelet that has another 163 carats of diamonds, well, that's how you create a $25 million legend. But you see, Chopard's value isn't just about piling on more and more carats. It's about a distinct design language, an innovative spirit that's created some of the most recognizable collections in the entire luxury world. This comparison really captures the brand's incredible creative range. On one side, you have Happy Diamonds. It's playful, it's joyful with those signature floating gems. On the other side, you have Ice Cube, geometric, minimalist, and just coolly sophisticated. We're talking two completely different aesthetics, yet both are unmistakably Chopard. Ultimately, the story of Chopard and the real reason for its incredible prices goes way beyond the gems and the gold. It's about the identity and the values the brand has so carefully built over all these decades. We can really boil it down to these three pillars. First, their pioneering journey to sustainable luxury, which makes sure their materials are ethical. Second, their deep, iconic connection to culture as the partner of the Cannes Film Festival. They even designed the famous Palme d'Or trophy. And third, the fact that it's still a family-owned business, which ensures a consistent vision and a really deep commitment to its own legacy. You know, this quote from our source material really just says it all. For over 160 years, through every single evolution, those three commitments, quality, craftsmanship, and innovation, have been the unwavering foundation of the Chopard brand. So we come all the way back to our original question. How can a watch be worth $25 million? The answer is, it's so much more than a watch. It's a piece of history, it's a masterpiece of rare materials, and it's a symbol of a brand's enduring values. And it really leaves us with a final thought. In a world of pure luxury, price isn't just about what something is made of, it's about the story it tells. And for Chopard, that's a story worth millions.